Hi, my name is Simon Kent, and I'm the owner of Kent Employment Law, and with me today is...
Erin Brandt, a lawyer with Kent Employment Law.
Hello, Erin.
Hi, Simon.
We are going to talk today about something that we call off-duty conduct, and that's where an employee will do something outside of the workplace which causes the employer, I would say, some concern about their continued employment, and the employers will call us asking for some advice around that. So we thought we would just talk for a few minutes about what we're seeing in our day-to-day work on that topic.
Right, so I recently read a news article about a black man in America who returned home and was denied entry into his apartment building by his white neighbor. And ultimately, the man filmed this interaction, and the employer saw it and took a decision to end its employment relationship with the white woman.
Okay.
And so my question is, if this happened in Canada, should an employer terminate the employment relationship in these circumstances? Is what she did so bad that employment is not tenuous, that the employment relationship can't continue?
Right, okay. So you're saying that the off-duty conduct, which is bad here, is that she's a racist?
Yes.
Okay.
The implication is that she denied him entry because he was black.
All right, so I guess for the purposes of this video, we have to assume that she's a racist and assume that, when we know that the employer saw behavior that was racist in nature and now wants to decide whether they can dismiss that person without paying them any severance. So here in Canada, we call that being dismissed for cause, right?
Right. So in my view, this video went viral. Right, and if anyone were to draw a connection between the white employee and the company, it could reflect poorly on the company in terms of their values. It's very similar to the Hydro One case that we saw a few years ago, where an employee on his own time, harassed a female reporter and made very inappropriate comments.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And so I think it's very similar, is that, if there's a connection between the employee and the company, that the employer did the right thing by distancing themselves from this employee and her conduct.
Right, so perhaps you and I would give the advice to the employer that it's fine to dismiss an employee who you are considering to be a racist. That's fine.
Absolutely.
It doesn't breach the Human Rights Code.
No.
But would you say to the employer, you can claim cause here and you don't have to pay the person any severance?
That's more challenging because, her conduct isn't directly related to her work, right? It's something that she did on her own time. She wasn't racist at work. She was racist at home. And if she was a good employee with a good record, I think in Canada, severance would be owed in these circumstances. Okay. So while I think the employer was justified in dismissing her, I think in Canada they'd have to pay severance.
What if the employee was, say, employed by the Human Rights Tribunal downtown in Vancouver?
Oh, and is responsible for making decisions on racism claims?
No, let's just say that they're at admin level, right? Not making any high-level decisions. They're admin level, but they're caught on this viral video being racist. And they work for the tribunal.
That's hard. Does the Human Rights Tribunal have a policy on, living a life in compliance with the values of the tribunal, right? And I think if such a policy exists, then the tribunal would be justified in terminating the employee for cause.
Without severance, right?
Without severance.
Right.
But if no such policy exists and this individual is not involved in any administration of complaints, but is simply, an administrative role, that would be a challenging cause argument, I think.
Well, I'll tell you this. Thank goodness for the complexities of human relationships, because the phone keeps ringing here at Kent Employment Law, and every day the facts are different, and I get this great opportunity to talk to Erin sometimes about what's happening in our various cases, and it's an ongoing challenge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us about this off-duty conduct issue. We will continue to work hard here at Kent Employment Law on it. And
we'd love to hear your thoughts on whether this woman should have been fired or not. So please comment below.
Great. Thanks. Bye, everyone.